Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new game on the channel. This is called Factorio. I've talked about this before, but it's basically like a combination of, I don't really even know how to really describe this, but I'm going to go ahead and create a world here so you can see, I guess I should say this. Basically, the goal is to create a giant factory that is, self-sustaining. But I'm going to go ahead here and adjust some of the world settings before we go ahead and load in. And based on the response of this video, I will maybe be posting more. I'm not sure. Again, it is, according to the response of this video. So, if you do like the game and you like the gameplay, make sure you say something in the comments and like or whatever, so that I know you like the game Factorio. So I will post more of it. So anyways, let me go ahead and set this up here, and I will be back when we have a world. Alrighty, so we have loaded in the world here, and we do have a nice deposit. So this is copper, obviously. We have some coal and iron. I think I actually have the music off for some reason. Oh, no, okay, never mind. It's just not playing right now. So this is called research, basically. You can research, obviously, I mean, it's in the name. You can research different things. So if we go to the crafting menu, oops, crafting, there we go. You can see we can't actually make a ton. But if we research it with something called, like science, basically, so we have science packs, on which you have to make, you can unlock things like this one unlocks stone walls, this one unlocks turrets, like all that type of stuff. So the first and most basic thing we are going to unlock is automation, which gives us the assembling machine and the long-handed inserter. And I realize some of this won't make too much sense to you probably if you've never played the game right away. But you probably, or we'll get a hang of it here. So I'm going to make one iron axe, and that's basic. Oop, I just made two on accident. Well, that's disappointing, I guess. Not really. But anyways, so we're gonna harvest some wood here. Because what we need to establish first, and I've learned this, is we need to get a good source of electricity. Obviously, if you're running a factory, electricity is, probably pretty important. So we're gonna go ahead and get wood here for the poles, and then we go, up here in a second, now that we do have some tools. And sadly, for the first part here, well, first we'll make a chest. And we'll put this chest right here, so whenever this mines something, which will be coal, it should go into here. So at first, we actually will have to mine, like, one piece of coal, basically, to get this thing going. But then it will start mining coal, and then basically, we can just take the coal it mines and fuel it, by itself. So I'm gonna make a little time lapse here of us going ahead, mining out some iron and copper and stuff and coal by hand, basically, until we have a somewhat, decent source of resources coming in, and then I will explain what we're gonna do next. Okay, so we have our, or enough, I should say, for a second drill here. So we will go ahead and make this, and then we have some coal in the chest here. We will go ahead and rotate this to mine some iron. Make another chest so it doesn't fall everywhere on the ground. Put that down, and now we have a supply of iron coming in. And then this is still making coal for us, obviously. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So now we're going to go ahead and move the furnace over here. But if we had something called an inserter, which I won't make yet just because I would have to fuel it with coal since we don't have electricity. But basically what we could do is we could take the iron out of this, or this chest, automatically whenever something went in there. Would put it into this furnace. And then we could get this over here, right? And then we could get another inserter. So it'd put coal in here when it needed it, and iron in here when it needed it, and basically they would run until this little square of ore ran out, which is awesome. And so you have ways, basically, to set up large systems, and they're obviously bigger and faster mines than this later. Actually, I think there's only one type of other mine, which is like the electric mine, basically. It's just run on, oh yeah, it's right here, the electric mining drill, and it covers a 5x5 square area, so it does, get some better resources. So we do have a second drill going down now, meaning our iron production will be faster. So let's go ahead and, I don't know why I was going to put the coal in the chest, but we will go ahead and fuel this now. And then I'll just split some of the coal here so that we don't, run out on one drill. But now we're making a decent amount of iron. And so what we need to do first, to get electricity at this point, would be to make steam, steam engines, basically. So what we're going to have to do is get a offshore pump, obviously to pump water. We're going to have to get for the setup I like to do, we're going to need 14 of these boilers. You're going to need like 20 or so of these steam engines, and they cost 20 iron plates each, which is, for our stage in the game, a lot. And for those of you who are also wondering, who have never played this game, at the beginning I said we're going to start the research of automation. Obviously the progress bar isn't going up, so you're kind of like, why isn't that going up? Well, I kind of did mention this in the beginning, but basically we need these science packs, and if we go into crafting, you can see the laboratory, and so basically, obviously as you can see also, it is really expensive to make, but we can place this lab down, and we need electricity to run it, but once we place that down, we can insert the science packs, which are made here, for one copper plate and one iron gear wheel, which is only obviously very cheap. Then if we got 10 of them, put them in the lab, it would start the research of, said thing we are doing. And I just realized we can also make 2 more of these drills here, which I will do. But I will get one more mining some coal here, and I will get one more to mine copper, just because we will need some of that, obviously. And you can see here's the burner inserter, and that's what I was talking about just a minute ago, but, we need, I can't pronounce that, sorry, we need coal, to run it, so it wouldn't be very handy at this stage in the game, because we don't have an excess, amount of coal to just kind of throw around. So also I need to, until it's automated, I need to keep running around and collecting all of our resources here. So yeah, I will go ahead and cut back when we have most of the resources required. And I am going over to this stone patch here, because the boilers, oops, that's the map, not the crafting. The boilers cost 5 stone each, and obviously we don't have a drill over here, so I have to manually mine out the stone at this point. So I will come back again when we have the required materials. Okay, so we've been running here for a little bit. I do have enough for our 14 boilers we will make now. And then, hold on here, let me collect our last little smeltings we have. And then, again, I have been letting these run for a little here. So, now the question is, which source of water we want to use, at least for the time being, which source of water, or where, I should say, actually, are we going to make this? And I think we should make it right here, because we're going to need coal for the boilers, and we're never going to actually really, get to a point where we're not going to need coal for the boilers. Eventually we can make solar panels, and that'll probably replace the demand for steam. So let's go ahead and place that there. Actually, we'll do 2, just so we don't run out of water. I think that's been a concern of mine before. And then we're just going to place 7 boilers on each side, so like that. Oops, nope. Okay, and then what we can do is from here, we're going to get, obviously the water is not being heated because there's no coal here yet. And because of that, here's what we also need to do. We need to make one of these and a few transport belts, and then let's go collect some more resources, because we are kind of running out here. First, let's get some coal to kind of restock. So those are fine, that's fine. These are not fine. So we need to restock our furnaces. These are okay for now. Guess we'll put that into there. And then those are actually pretty good. So, let's redeposit some iron, get some more copper, and then take all the iron this is mined. Okay, so basically now what we need to do as we have some transport belts here. And so what I've talked about is we need to rotate these, do this, a little pattern or something like this. And I actually just realized a problem here. So let me go ahead and mine these up. And that problem being when, obviously, if you place a telephone pole down, or not a telephone pole, um, like one of the poles that carry electricity, it only has a small radius in which it can actually power the things. And so the problem would be that if we were to place that, you'll see here in a second why, but this square has to be powered. Um, and if we were to do that, we couldn't actually power the square if those were next to each other. So basically, we're going to put this conveyor belt here to, oops, hold on. Nope, there. We're going to put this conveyor belt here, and obviously we don't have enough resources at the moment to finish that. And let's get these underground pipes so that the conveyor belt can finish going. And it is turning night, and that's kind of disappointing. But luckily, it's not like Terraria or Minecraft where there are enemies. Now, there are enemies, but we will see them later. And luckily, there aren't any on our map at this point. So on the map, obviously that's copper, that's iron, this is coal. These are oil little spots, and then, where is it? These are trees and stuff. But if on the map we were to see red, any sort of red dots, that is the definite sign of enemies. They have these little bases and they just come up and attack, and normally it's caused by pollution. You can see that smoke that's coming up from all of my drills and stuff here. And so basically they make a certain level of pollution, and when that certain level on my drills, oops, hold on here, hold on. But when that certain level gets to a certain point, it will actually trigger the aliens. And yeah, I'm not talking about like a feminist or whatever. No, I'm talking about aliens getting triggered by pollution, and they will come and attack you. So, that's kind of something we want to stay away from. So anyways, we are going to make some more transport belts here. And sadly, it does take actually a decent amount of time, not for these specifically to be crafted, but things later in the game actually take a while to be crafted. So we do have enough transport belts now to bring coal around. So let's go ahead. Now, the main thing we definitely need to get up are the steam engines, but first, obviously, we need to make some pipes. So let's make one. Oop, that just used our pipes. Wow, how rude. I just probably made way too many pipes. But basically, we're going to put these steam engines down. I think I'm going to have to go that far away from each other, because they're pretty big. Yeah. Okay, and so you see it's flashing this little plug here. That basically means, number one, it's not making electricity, but number two, it's not hooked up to these small electric poles. So let's go ahead and make some of those, and then we'll make another steam engine here quick. So, as you can see now, what I was talking about, if we had these together, because of the transport belt in the way, we couldn't have actually powered any of the squares with the inserters on, which do, yes, need electricity to run, which is kind of obvious, but, so anyways, we do have some power poles here, and we are going to start running these up. Now, obviously, they aren't carrying electricity, because we aren't making electricity yet, but we're going to run these up here. We're going to place this down. Excuse me. We're gonna place one. We only have enough for one inserter. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat there. So let's get some more iron. I'm unsure why we have a copper cable in our inventory, but whatever. That's okay. That's kind of weird. Oh wow. Okay, this drill's a lot lower than the other. And then we can go ahead and restock that. At the beginning here, it's a lot of micromanaging, and you might think, oh, well, I don't want to sit there and micromanage everything, but at the later stages in the game, your factory pretty much runs itself, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and insert some more resources. We'll get, actually, that's going to be perfect enough inserters to get an inserter for every one of the boilers, which we do need. So basically, this little bar here you can see, that's the input. So if I were to place it here, it would take the stuff from this and put it on the block right here. But if we were to turn it, this way is how we need it. and it shows that it will take it from here and put it into here. So let's go ahead and put these down. And see, yeah, it's flashing that little, like, electric sign. Oh, we need two more. I did my math wrong. But it's flashing this little electrical sign here, meaning it does not have any power, or, in some cases, enough power to, to power it. So, and I just realized we're probably going to have separate lines for our coal in the future. So what we're going to do at this point... Oh, okay. You know what? For now, I guess we will, have to keep this, but I guess I'll kind of explain what that's about. Anyway, so again, this is only a single episode right now. This isn't a definite series we're doing on the channel. But if you do like it, make sure, or, if you want to see more, make sure you say something in the comments and like the video, because obviously if I do get positive feedback, I will do more of it. But again, it is all up to you guys whether I do any more of this game. So let's make two more inserters, and I realize the video will be very long, because, well, it's not going to be a super long video, but obviously it will be extremely long if I don't kind of skip along here. So, basically, I'm going to cut, and I will come back when I have some sort of mines that are bringing coal over to them, and we have electricity, and that will be great. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I do have enough resources now to go ahead and get the electricity running here. So basically what we need to do is get a bunch of coal in our inventory. Not in our inventory, our hotbar here. And then we need to also place this final steam engine. Now, we will have a lot more of these. But yeah, so basically we have one little electric mine set up here. So when these first few seconds here, we're actually going to have to manually power the... Actually, hold on. If I press that... No, okay. I was going to see if it would collect it anyways, but... No, don't get... No, why... Okay, hold on. I somehow put the coal on the ground. So let's go ahead and put 15 in there. Put 25 or so in there. 12 in there. We just need to get the water heated up so that the steam engines actually will start to run. And then once the steam engines start to run, you can see now they're not flashing, and the electric mine is working. And now we can just deposit this coal in the line here. You'll see the inserters will actually go ahead and pick the coal up, like so. And so that's probably all we're going to be doing for this episode. I might get a little farther and set up some more mines. I'll probably actually go do that now. You can see now, we have electricity. And if we hover over this, you can see the available performance is only about halfway, but it is going up as the water heats up higher. And then, obviously, you can tell just by looking at it, it's not working very hard right now, because we don't actually have a super high demand for electricity. You can actually, if you click on the telephone pole, you can, or, I keep calling it a telephone pole. But if you look at the poles, you can see, like what's taking how much electricity and all that type of stuff. So let's go ahead. We will restock our furnaces here, and we actually do have a ton of resources now, which is nice, coming back. And we will slowly but surely now, at this point, just go ahead and replace all of these mines with electric mines, and I will actually start to do that now. So let me get rid of these, and after I do this, I will probably end the episode. Now, again, I will say this just because I cannot stress it enough. If you guys do not give me feedback on today's episode, and don't say whether or not you like the episode, then I will not know whether or not to do another episode of this, and I will assume you guys just didn't like it, and I won't be playing it again. So, again, if you like the game, and if you want to see more, please say something in the comments and like the video so that I can go ahead and do some more of this, game for you guys. If you like it, then you know what? Great, we found a game I can finally do on the channel that appeals to a lot of people. So let's go ahead and place one down in there for iron, one down here for copper, and then we'll get our poles up here. And obviously they do have a certain range they have to be within each other to connect. So if we put that there, yep, that mine will start working. Then if we place a pole here, that's too far. If we place a pole here, that one will start working. And then we need one more electric mine here. So one more. Yeah, we only have enough for one more. Let's go ahead and do this quick. Just collect our resources. Get some transport belts. So we have the last electric mine here. We will place that on coal, right there. So now, and we need to move this pole, right there. So now, we get our transport belts, and basically, I'm going to be just, hold on, there, turn. And then we'll put another, oop, wrong way, put another one here, like so, and then we'll have coal in the middle, and now we have a, oop, no, don't go on there. Now, we have something called a bus line, which I'll explain later, obviously, if we do any more episodes. But I basically just have a nice stream now of resources going down, so that, we can have inserters on whatever side to take that from said, resource that we need. And this will be fine down here. As you can see, the coal will start to accumulate, because without a lot of things working, we don't actually have to have our steam engines do a lot of work, meaning they won't, consume a lot of coal. So anyways, in the next episode, if we do a next episode, we will be expanding this. We'll be getting a huge mine array set up. We will be starting research, meaning we'll have some lab grids, basically. And, we'll just be getting more stable electricity and that type of stuff. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching to the end if you're still watching, because obviously you probably care if you are watching at this point. So, again, I said this earlier. I'll say it again. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and like it, comment it, it's everything in the, just a way so that I can see that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you do that, then I will post more of it. So the next time I will post another game other than Terraria will be on Saturday, or not Saturday, sorry, will be on Sunday, which is actually my second double upload day. So, if this video gets good feedback, I will be having another Factorio video that day. If not, I will be doing some sort of other game. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next video. Peace.